Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be going over the Town Hall 10 Pekka Bobat strategy. It's a pretty powerful strategy at Town Hall 10, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it so you can start 3-star in bases. Before we go into the replays, let's take a look at the army composition that we use for this strategy. I've already got it loaded up here. You can see it's 1 archer, 2 goblins, 4 loons, 4 healers, 3 Pekkas, 2 baby dragons, 11 bowlers, 2 rages, a freeze, a poison, 5 bats, and then you're going to want a wall wrecker with a Pekka and 2 giants, and then a max bat spell. Now the troop composition at the top can be changed a little bit. You can drop a Pekka and bring more bowlers, or drop bowlers, bring some more Pekkas, or drop the baby dragons and bring wizards. Whatever you want to do, whatever the base that you're going against calls for. And we're gonna go through a couple replays on how to 3-star with this strategy. This strategy works on specific types of bases. It has a harder time with the basic internet bases, but against like anti-3s or where you can grab multiple splash damages on the way to the town hall, this strategy works really well. So let's go ahead and hop into the first replay. Alright guys, so here's our first example for Pekka Bobat. As you can see, this base is pretty ideal for the attack strategy because if you notice, the town hall is on the opposite side. If I come from this top side here, I can grab 2 wizard towers on the way to the town hall, and that's exactly what you want to look for with the Pekka Bobat strategy. Like I mentioned before, it's a little different than town 11 and 12. The Pekkas and the bowlers and your heroes, they have to do a majority of the work, while the bats come in on the backside or wherever they come from to help clean up. But you're really relying heavily on the Pekkas and the bowlers, and that's where I failed a lot in the beginning of using this strategy, because I tried to mimic the way that I did it at Town Hall 11 and 12, and it wasn't working out too well for me. I had to be a little bit more patient and a little better with timing and all that stuff, because you have less bats to work with and you have a less amount of freezes, at least time-wise, to use. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play it here. And what we're going to do first, of course, is funnel that top side with the 2 baby dragons. You don't have to use baby dragons, but you can use wizards, whatever's easiest for you. The 2 baby dragons just help me out because it just makes it really easy. You just drop it on one side and the other, and you just funnel your troops. And I dropped that Pekka on that gold collector, as you saw, and he had nowhere else to go except for up, so that's why I put him there, clear that side, and then they come in and all work their way towards the middle together. Wallrunner's going to break through. Here come the Pekkas, the bowlers, healers, and the heroes. They don't have anywhere else to go except for the middle. A couple of them travel around, but that's okay. The majority of them go into the middle. CC troops come out, poison on top, rage goes down on the Pekka and bowlers, and as you can see, they're all making their way towards the middle. And then we got the X-Bow, we got Inferno Towers firing on it. The Water actually didn't make it through, but we're using our rages here to get them through. Loons are coming down on this Wizard Tower, and the Bats are coming on the opposite side. So like I said, it's a pretty easy attack strategy to do against this type of base because of the way the base is set up. I can snipe 1 Wizard Tower over here and then single target, that Wizard Tower by itself, and the Bats are just gonna roll through the remaining defenses. It's gonna be a pretty easy 3-star. So I mean, all the bases are not gonna look like this, but if you find a way to get multiple Wizard Towers on the way, I'm gonna show you in a couple different replays what I mean by the Pekkas and bowlers doing most of the work. Here it was a little easier because the Wizard Towers were isolated from each other, but as you can see here, I'm gonna speed it up here 2 times it, actually 4 times it, because just a lot of trash buildings left over as the remainder of the troops clean up the base. Very powerful strategy, and in the next replay I'm going to show you what I mean by the Pekkas and the bowlers doing the majority of the work. Alright guys, second example we got here, and as you can see, we got 2 isolated multi-inferno towers, and we have the wizard towers are basically on one side of the base here. And I'm going to show you in this replay that the Pekkas, the bowlers, and the heroes and stuff all do the majority of the work, and basically carry the attack to the 3-star. But as you can see here, Pekka's coming down. Wallrunner's going to come in and smash through. I'm going to come from this top side here, take out the multi on the way, get this wizard tower right here, try to get this one, and then maybe even break through and try to get these 2. Okay, so that's what my objective was, just to distract them or to take them all down was my objective, and then to drop it on the multi. But that's not actually what happens here. As you can see, the E-Drag's coming out from the enemy CC, and Raging to come down, poison on top of that CC. First wizard tower is down. I have 3 left, and that multi, I'm watching it very closely. I need to make sure that my kill squad survives at least a little bit so they can do some damage. And Pekka's going to take down that other wizard tower. There it goes. Town hall goes down, and everybody's making their way towards the last 2 remaining wizard towers. And what I try to do here, I believe I dropped, there you go, the loons are going to come and try to snipe off that wizard tower. They actually end up failing, and I don't get that wizard tower down. So what I'm going to do is use my freeze as the bats make their way towards that last wizard tower. One shot that cannon, and then one shot the wizard tower. This wizard tower luckily gets distracted by that Pekka, and it gets taken down. That multi is only focusing on about 1 or 2 bats at a time, so that also gets taken down. And as you can see here, it's going to result in a nice 3-star. The next few replays, I'm going to do one more where I talk through, and then the rest are just going to be ones that play in the background. But they're all going to be showing you that the Pekkas, the bowlers, the heroes all have to do a majority of the work. The bats really aren't really that big of a help. They're really just to help clean up and take out defenses that can't kill them. You know, not the wizard towers, not the multis, but you know, the archer towers, the X bows, and that's really where they can help at, because it's really difficult to only take down, you know, 1 or 2 wizard towers and try to rely on the bats to get through the remainder of the base. So you're going to see in the next few replays that the Pekkas, the bowlers, the heroes are going to carry the attack, and that's what you have to do when you do the strategy. Just a little bit of patience and timing, and you're going to get this strategy down very well. Okay guys, third and final replay we're going to go over here. Another isolated multi-inferno tower base, and I'm not saying if you see that to go for it. I would probably advise not to do it, just because of, you know, the splash damage that the multis can do to the bats. But if you do go against them, this is how you're going to want to attack them. We're going to go ahead and play it here. You're going to want the Pekkas, the bowlers, and the wall wrecker healers, all of that to do tons of work, tons of damage, and make sure they can really distract and take down as many wizard towers as they can. All right, and everybody's following in here. Pekka, bowlers. I use the baby dragon to funnel the left and right side, and wall wrecker's going to slowly make its way through. That enemy queen's going to go down. That wizard tower's going to go down. They're going to open up that compartment to the multi-inferno tower. And they're actually going to open up the compartment to the wizard tower as well. Get that second one down, and it's going to, oh my god, it has no health left basically, and it makes itself all the way to the town hall. That's crazy. So Pekkas are coming out, and they're going to destroy everything in the middle there. I got my queen over here with a couple bowlers. They're going to make their way towards this wizard tower, and what I try to do with this one over here is try to snipe it off again, which actually ends up failing. You know, you can drop those loons if you want to. You don't have to bring them. I like to bring them just for either distraction purposes or to try and snipe off those wizard towers. It didn't end up working there, but these Pekkas come in, and there's a bunch of them, so they're going to distract it, and this one's going to go down. So of course a freeze, and all the bats come on top of that last multi-inferno tower, and the bats are going to help clean the remainder of the base. So, and I've been thinking, like, you know, if the bats didn't help, would the rest of the troops been able to get through the base by themselves? I'm going to go ahead and say no, because you know, the bats have to, or the Pekkas have to go through all the walls, and while they're going through the walls and stuff like that, right, all the defense are going to be hitting them and stuff like that. So the bats coming down is actually really helpful to the strategy. They can take down all the backside defenses, and it really helps get you that 3-star that you want. And I mean, the bats aren't as useless as you, or at least I think, in this strategy. They're just not, they don't play as big of a role as they would in like Town Hall 11 and 12 Pekka Bobat. They play a huge role in the Town Hall 11 and 12 attack strategies. But for this one, you need to rely more on your Pekkas and bowlers, as you saw with that replay. That, you know, I waited kind of towards the last minute to place them down, because I really wanted to make sure those wizard towers were distracted or taken down before placing them. It's about timing and patience. That's all I can say about this strategy. It's a really good strategy, and it works against most anti-3 bases. I wouldn't say it works against the basic internet bases. It has a hard time with it, because if you're going to rely on your Pekkas and bowlers to actually, you know, clear a ring or make it to the middle, it's not going to happen. They're going to go around, they're going to get sniped off. So it is a little bit more difficult against those types of bases. But if you can find a way to get multiple wizard towers, if you can find a way to, you know, have your Pekkas and bowlers do tons of damage before, you know, you place your bats, that's always a good thing. Make sure to practice it before you use it in war. Go into matchmaking, find those tough bases, take them down with the strategy, and then when you're ready, use them in war. All right. That's pretty much all I have for the video. I'm going to have a few more replays played. You see it working on different types of tough bases. But that's all I really have, guys. If it helped, or if you enjoyed it, definitely appreciate a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions at all about the strategy or anything else in Clash, let me know in the comment section and I will get to it. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.
You know smoky room, with your face reflecting bright green, reds and blues. You know I kinda want to disappear with you, but don't think that is what I would usually do. You know it's just that I felt the heat the moment he pressed his lips up against mine. Don't wanna fuck this whole thing up like I do every time. Fire is burning through this silence. I can't take it, can't control this flame we started. You know I'm flying my high, yeah. Run free, so I drown them out at night with my TV. You know I got to try to ignore these thoughts that go back and forth inside my head. Let's just stop before I'm in too deep.